A lot of people had good meets, but I don't know that anybody had a whole lot better than us. I had people, that I know real well, and they know me real well, and so I think that's really been a great plus here. Oregon women had a good meet, didn't they? But our women had a pretty good meet too, so we didn't lose any ground, I know. In fact, I figure we gained ground.
The coaching staff here is phenomenal with the resume that that we bring to the table.
You have to identify and find the right people and then put them in the right places. And I think Coach Kittley is a very strong at, well, hopefully including myself in finding the right coaches to bring in here and to have the type of program that he wants to have here.
It was a good weekend. I thought overall it was a real good weekend. We just got to keep rolling, keep everybody healthy.
Coaches that are working together. And I've been on some great staffs at Arizona State. We won the indoor and outdoor national championship in 2007. And, it's all about the work that you put into it.
All right, what else, guys?
There's a lot of experience there, and that, they've been together now for several years. That shows, that there's some stability in the program, and that, there's just some very quality individuals that are there on that staff also.
We got a busy week and a short one. If you can keep your coaches together, then for an extended period of time, I think you can build anything. The month of April, we're not ever here much. We're leaving on, some of the girls are leaving on Wednesday, and then the guys are leaving on Thursday for Penn.
That's a sign of a great, strong program when you have that kind of situation, which we do have here.
We should be able to get most kids in, right, one way or the other. So I think what we've got down going is going to go. And I feel real good about this staff, and I feel like we have an opportunity to win at the highest level. And like I say, we're trying to get on the stand. I tell everybody we're trying to be the Final Four, which is if you get top four, you got a trophy. We want to be a trophy team. Are we good on Texas relays? I tell my staff, and I've told my children, I've told this many times, you've got to have one vision. And we're all got different events, and we've got all different things we're doing, but we've got to have one vision. Or if you have two visions, you've got division. And that is the problem if you get to that point.
When you can have the coaches in different areas, we're all going for that common goal, and that's to score as many points as we can at the conference and national championships.
We may have different, all of my staff are different. Some of them are a little bit quieter, some of them are a little bit more talkative.
Everybody kind of establishes their own style of coaching, and I believe our coaches do a great job of it.
We look at things differently. We argue, but it's got to be a constructive way to where, at the end of the day, we've got one vision. We all know where we're going, and I think that's how you can be successful. Okay, let's go to work. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the meet we had this weekend. I keep wanting to tell you how right this is all the time.
It's never anything too high, never anything too low. Even though we know we did a really good job this weekend, but it's just one of those things you got to sit back in perspective and just take a look at it and realize this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to come at the end, and he'll do a real good job of just calming everybody down, letting you know it's a really great thing we went through, but it's just calm. We just got to keep on working, keep working.
And as a team, I want you to look at the performances we had this past weekend. Not everybody did their best, but a bunch of you did.
He's always encouraging, like, you know what, you can do better. Even if you've done good, he's always saying, well, that was good, but, you can do so much better. He sees a lot of potential in a lot of these athletes. He always encourages us. He always has faith in us, and he's a pretty strong leader.
We had school records. We had all kind of things happening. Best marks in the country.
He makes really good decisions concerning where we go to meets, and is a good coach, is there and to support us and anything that we need.
Brandon wants to announce our indoor All-Americans, and so I'll let him do that, and y'all can give him a big hand when he's done. I think relationships are the key to everything, and from my staff to the support staff to everything, the relationships are what is going to make or break us. And if we have good relationships with everybody, I think you can accomplish great things. All right, give him a hand.
He makes sure everything's in order. He makes sure, so you need the order from top to the bottom, so that's very, very important.
It's going to be a good week. Just everybody take care of what they need to do.
He leads us in a very, keeps us humble, keeps us growing and striving for more.
Hey, let's have a good week this week and utilize what we can. and I think we'll be ready to go.
He leads us in a way that makes us want to grow as people, not just as athletes. He's more interested in us becoming good people necessarily than always good athletes.
Father, thank you so much for the opportunity we have to be a part of this team. Thank you for each person that's represented. Someday, I want you to tell your grandkids that Coach Kitley, or I want you to be coming back here wanting to see me and other people because you had a great experience at Texas Tech. And to me, that's the real deal, is when kids leave here, they can come back and think something of you. Then you know you did a good job. Amen. Thank y'all.
My role is basically to make sure the student athletes graduate at the end of their 4 or 5 years.
Suzanne is very helpful too. She's helping us with our classes, making sure that we're able to handle it for in season, out of season, making sure everything's in order.
Because your psychology class and your sociology class are at the same time. So I'm going to see if we can get a substitution so you can get to graduate in the fall.
My job involves, I do class check-in, I advise them for classes that they need to take towards their degree.
You come to college to get a degree. This running track and doing all the other sports, it's wonderful and it's my job, but we failed every kid if we don't get them a degree, because that's what we're here for.
Make sure that they abide by the NCAA, Big 12, and school rules. Without academics, they can't compete. So, got to make sure they're staying on top of their academics.
She stays on top of us. She makes sure that it's kind of the same thing. She makes sure that we're all holding each other accountable for just everything that we all need to just keep in check, because we're all at different spots, like seniors, juniors, sophomores, and all that. But she's making sure that each one of us is keeping the other person accountable, and because without academics, obviously you can't run. So without that, none of this means anything at all.
We're trying to stay on top of it, and I hope a parent realizes that, because if they're messing up, we'll take them out of practice, and nothing overrules going to school.
I would have to, make sure they're on top of it, either by having tutors, arrange for them to have tutors, or they meet with me one-on-one so we can get their assignments and prepare for tests, get those stuff done.
Suzanne just does a really good job of getting me in the right classes, making sure that we're all scheduled to graduate on time. And if we have any questions, need any help with any of our classes, she does a great job. If she can't find us a tutor, she'll help us herself. So she does a very good job of making sure that as far as academics, we're all taken care of.
Logical mathematical is how someone interprets a statistical chart and write a summary of their findings.
They can get a tutor for you for any class that you all ever want. And that's so helpful. I'm going to need that when I have to take my math soon.
Having that one-on-one interaction is great for them. They get that attention, they get all that stuff taken care of. And knowing that there's somebody at the end of the day that will kind of answer a question that they didn't understand in class.
Okay, well, you look like you're in pretty good shape, and I'll see you again on Thursday.
And so they get tremendous one-on-one, I think. It's second to none. I mean, I really don't believe there's any place in the country that's got a better academic center than us. And the Marcia Sharp is so close and on campus and right here in their own building just for them. It's second to none.